Ready?
Yep.
Jess, Chicago, cheap, Harbor Freight, like that, buffer. Got it? I mean, this is the first video I've ever done. The fact is that the pad, this buffing head, you'll have to get at the shop that I was telling you, Paint Supply or whatever. Take the buffer in, tell them you need this unit. This head comes off, it just twists off, but it has a sticky pad to it. And what it actually does is allows you to take these buffing pads. This is a 9000 pad. It's called a W9000. It's from Meguiar's. Good deal. Has a little hole in it. That little hole goes into that unit. So if you just fold the pad like that, you can stick it right on the little round thing and it sticks right to the outside edge. See what I'm saying? So that way there's nothing but flat material, you know, here. If you buy this buffer, it's going to come with a different head, and it'll usually have a bolt or a piece of metal that's going to chunk out your paint. So you definitely want to be able to change this head out and get these with the little Velcro deals on them. Work really good. The yellow pads are 9000. Usually come, it says Meguiar's. I know this doesn't show real good because it's an old pad, but it is a Meguiar's W8000 or 9000. They're both good pads. And then this is a 7000 pad, red, always works. This is what you would kind of use first because it's more aggressive. And then you can start with this. You'll probably not even have to use the yellow pad, you know, but on white. But if you were going to go to a darker color, or even on your white to get a really nice finish, you would go to that yellow. And I got a couple different types of pads. This is a little 5-inch, which we had there was 7-inch. Nice little 5-inch, does the same thing. It's a Meguiar's. It's called a Soft Buff 7-inch. It's a W8207. I mean, they got a lot of these. The yellow ones means that they're generally really soft. And so the other thing is too, Meguiar's finish, machine glaze, gets a really good, it's real soft on your clear coat, easy to use, and it gives you a dial. It tells you where the aggressiveness of your buffing compounds are. This is a real low one. So to take clear coat off, it really isn't going to do that. It's just going to remove any impurities that's on the top of your clear coat. But Meguiar's, the machine glaze is real good. Another one, 3M. And this is the 3M finishing. They're all finishing materials. Do you see that? It's a finishing material by 3M. This is like a rubbing compound for buffers. It's by 3M. It's a, you know, you're going to use like your 7000 pad, that red pad, you'd be using that on there. This is more aggressive. When you dump the stuff out, you'll feel it on your pad, and it's going to be, you'll feel it's a little grittier, where the other stuff is just going to be real smooth, and that's what you want to finish. So that would be the red pad 7000 would be a hard cut and buff, and then the other one would be machine glazing with the yellow pads. Be soft, easy, you could work it for a long time. But one of the things I wanted to show you with the buffers is when you got a round car, not a lot of sharp edges. But on these cars, they have a lot of sharp edges like this. And you never want that buffer to be sitting in this direction. Are you getting that direction pretty good, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Okay, so this buffer is going to spin in this direction. You don't ever want to cut on an edge. You always want to roll because this thing is spinning this direction. So Jeremy, come around here. Come around the other side. Because the buffer is spinning like this, that's where you want it to be coming off that edge. And the buffer is going to run real slow. You know, it has a dial on here for like 1 through 9. 1. The slower you make the buffer, the less problem you'll ever have. And you're going to want to take that buffer and just let it spin slowly with a certain amount of, with a good amount of material on there. If it looks like it's hardening up and drying, the wax looks like it's doing that, take a little water, throw some water on it. You're going to be flinging this crap probably all over until you realize you've used too much. And then you'll reduce it to a smaller amount. I'm not going to buff yet because I'm not even plugged in. I'm not going to do anything. Me and Jeremy are just trying to give you some tips. So look, get the buffer, get the head, get the pad. You can even get one of the red pads and get a rubbing compound for the red pad, a polishing compound, or the finishing material, which would be like a machine glaze. Get that for the yellow pad. You wet this, you'll put just a little bit on there, rub it in a little bit, and then you can start working it real slow, over the whole car. And then I'll show you another video later actually of buffing, because we have a few spots on Jeremy's car that needs to get done anyhow. So for right now, that's it.